Hit that subscribe button, baby. You know the vibes.
Yep.
What's up, my friends? I'm Mac.
I'm Don.
This is the Mac and Don Show. Make sure you guys subscribe,
Comment, like.
all that type of stuff to our YouTube, and make sure you follow our Instagram and just stay tapped in with us. Make any suggestions of what you want us to talk about, anything like that. We love all our mad friends, so
Please enjoy the rest of this episode.
for sure. All right, what's up, mad friends? I'm Mac.
I'm Don.
It's the Mac and Don Show, episode 8. We got it on lock this time.
Back at it again.
Back at it again. How you feeling this week, Don?
Feeling pretty good, not gonna lie. How you feeling, Mac?
I'm feeling great, man. It's a little hazy out here today. We got fires all across Colorado, all across the West Coast. It feels like.
Not even that bad here. I mean, I thought it was pretty bad because, it was, really thick in the air. Like, you could definitely see it, but as soon as I started seeing those pictures of, California and Oregon, I was like,
Right,
I'm glad I ain't there.
right. So it's like the whole West Coast. But I remember one day last week, it was like, it's when it snowed. It was like snowing ash
Right.
where
it
I
was
was.
huh.
And then one day it was like damn near raining ash. Like my whole porch was like ash as fuck.
Huh.
So I was like, damn.
I didn't get any of that down here.
I think it's because there was a fire like in like Golden area, like
Right.
a little bit west of Golden, so which is like not too far.
I had heard that there was a fire in Colorado, but the ones on the West Coast seemed to be way weird. Especially since we were getting so much precipitation and snow. You know what I mean?
Right. But I feel like California's been on fire for like months because I went out there like last month and there was a huge ass fire. So crazy world, man.
I just had one of my coworkers come back and she was coughing and hacking because she said it was that bad. It makes you fatigued and sick.
Oh shit. Yeah, probably just because of the air quality.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
That's crazy. Do we have a lighter?
Folks,
What?
always carry a lighter.
Always carry a lighter.
You know what? There should never be a situation where two best friends are asking each other for a lighter. You know what I mean? Now we have to go get a lighter.
Right. Pass me a lighter, bro.
Yeah.
So my homie's got a prank. I'm passing me a lighter,
For
bro.
real?
Yeah. Pretty dope.
Yeah.
Well, we could just get to that later. What we got on the topic list this week, Don? Kanye going crazy.
Always.
I feel like we talk about him like every episode.
Speaking of the West family.
Right. Right. So the Keep It Up with the Kardashians got canceled. How much did they ask for?
100 mil or something like that is what I heard. It wasn't as much as I thought they were gonna ask for. They got denied. I don't know how much more they were making than what they asked for.
Right. My question is, how does that get split? Does that get split between
The whole family?
Right.
Everybody on the
There's
show.
a bee right on you. Oh, right when you looked it flew away. Close one.
Whoo!
Thought you were a flower.
Hey, pretty one.
But yeah, how does each family member get 2 or 3 million?
Probably.
For the year and
That's probably exactly what happens. Everybody anybody who talks probably gets paid.
right.
You know, so it's probably all the sisters, maybe not Kendall and Kylie before they were of age.
Right.
Maybe it went to the
I feel
sisters
like
or
it's
something.
so weird having cameras follow you around.
Right, your every waking moment. Yes.
Yeah, that'd be super weird. I feel like I'm acting when I'm not acting. It's different when it's a podcast. You're just talking. But imagine living. Your life was a podcast, but a movie. Man, we live like Channel 5. And we got the lighter, baby.
We back in business, y'all.
Yo, let me see.
Keep on flicking.
Keep on flicking.
Flicking your bick.
Yo, shout out to Bic. I feel like they have a monopoly on the lighter
And pen industry.
and pen industry. Yo, I don't even think about that.
Right.
That's crazy. Let's do it. We're smoking some Sour Pie 91.
Heyo.
Sour 91 pie. So, it's all purpley and shit. Donovan is over there being a great father.
Hey, we out here trying. She's a special guest today.
We got a special guest. on the Mac and Don show. It's the Mac and Don and Friends show at this point.
She's like pretending like she's not tired, but she keeps like fighting going to sleep.
I feel that. I do that all the time. But it's funny. I feel like we take advantage of being a child and being a baby and like having others take care of us. Because once you get to adult, don't nobody give a fuck about your problems.
And I don't even remember like.
Right. I don't even remember getting catered to. And,
Right.
Like my ass wiped.
I don't even remember like.
And then you're not gonna remember it when you're old as fuck either.
Right.
You're gonna be like, it's gonna be like on 51st dates where every day's a new day.
Yeah. See now, motherfuckers.
Right. And that's why they should stop letting old people run for president.
Just like my man's Joe Biden.
Right. Like I said earlier, if you're in like the risk category of dying from COVID, you should not be allowed to run for president.
That's facts, bro.
Like on God, this shit's weird. You're bringing her on. No. Should I stop the camera? No. Don't stop the camera. Man, we live like Channel 5. What's up, mad friends? Everybody, please stay interactive with us. You know, text us if you want to be on the show. Like, get in contact with us if you want to make some content or whatnot. Also, if you want to have something you want us to talk about specifically, just let us know. If you guys have any suggestions of what you guys want to see, or if you guys want to, here comes the doggy. Yeah, just stay tapped in. We fuck with everybody that's ever like watched us or anything like that. It's all organic. It's hard work, you know, making content. So big shouts out to everybody out there in the world. Man, I was holding it down.
I appreciate you, brother.
I felt like Joe Rogan whenever his guest needs to pee.
Right? I just had to take a little pee break.
You all right, friend? Alright, where are we at? The Kardashians got canceled. Yo, who was actually watching that? Like 13-year-old women?
Maybe that's why it got canceled, is because they were asking for like that amount of money, but that was like during their peak is when they had close to that amount of money.
Right.
And now I'm like,
I don't
who's
even
watching that?
Right, like I don't even hear no crazy shit. Like I feel like everyone's like not even like toxic anymore.
And why would you want to keep up with the Kardashians anyway?
I mean, yeah, very, very true. My whole thing is, I just feel like they don't have any more like crazy shit. Like they're just rich as fuck and being in their own bubble.
They were good at the antics.
Right, they were good at the antics when like, what's his name? Lamar Odom was married to what's her
Bruce.
name? Yeah, Bruce was having his sex change. But now, like, everyone's okay with transgenders, and what's her name's a billionaire and a lawyer now. Like, she used to be a whore. Like, no one cares now. No one cares about a lawyer.
Kim's my lawyer.
No one cares about a lawyer unless you're also a whore. That's why, what's her name? That girl that sucked off all the Phoenix Suns? That's why she's so famous, bro. You know
Now.
she's an accountant. Really? Yes. She had like a regular ass 9-to-5 job, and she sucked these dicks like years ago.
It's from counting all those dicks.
Right.
You get good at numbers, you know what I mean?
Right. Bro, I was thinking this. There's no reason. You know how like women are always complaining about like this is gonna sound sexist, but it's not.
It's not. Just
It's
so you
not
know.
at all. But
It's like when you say no offense right before saying something offensive.
right, or if you like say no homo.
Yeah, and then you say something super gay. You know?
But like women are always complaining about how they get paid less, but you realize that women have like way more opportunities to make money than men.
Right.
Like you can literally just get on the internet and talk about like how you sucked a million dicks and make money out of it.
there's like a
Or you can
psychology there.
Right, or you can make an OnlyFans, boom. Like I bet you would make more than I make in a day. You feel what I'm saying? Like
Right.
it's so much easier for women to like monetize their like body. Basically.
Well, the reason is like because the psychology behind it is like men want to impress women essentially, and then like women don't get paid more for doing the same jobs as men, but it's because they don't necessarily do the same jobs as men.
Right.
Like a lot of men do like hard labor, like,
Exactly.
you know what I mean? And that shit pays more. And if a woman was to do it, like even if she got paid less, I think the psychology is like they have more opportunities to get hired. I feel like maybe like in a situation like that.
I feel like it's more of a level playing field now because like there's like a lot more different opportunities you can get. Like what's her name, Bella Thorne? She made $1 million in a day.
She also fucked a lot. of people.
Yeah. She obviously fucked up the whole OnlyFans game. But what's her name? This girl who sucked all his dick. She made $22K the next day.
Right.
On her OnlyFans.
Right.
And I'm like, and my
you don't think that's like a turnoff? You don't think people find like women like that like repulsive?
I find a lot of women repulsive, but I also still want to fuck them.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
I feel what you're saying.
I
Like
don't
just
know.
because she has a lot of bodies doesn't mean a lot of things, but like drilled by the entire basketball team.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like in my mind, I'm like, I no longer want to like Kim Kardashian. Like she got famous off of a sex tape. She's never really been that interesting to me. You know what I mean? It's like
But Kanye still wanted her.
right.
And Chris Humphries. So I'm like,
Where's the appeal?
because they have made a whole podcast of it now. They have Thoughts Next Door. Like, they
Right.
have a whole, like, they have, like, 4 episodes out. Like, where they just talk about them being whores, basically.
It's also connections. Though.
And, like, they're, yeah, obviously. Adam 22 is, like, pimping them out, basically.
Essentially.
But my question is, on OnlyFans, do they own their own content? Or does OnlyFans own that content?
I guarantee
Because it's getting-
the women own their own photos because how quick would OnlyFans be canceled if they held some woman's naked photos against them in court?
It's not really against, but I'm like, I guess you got it. I don't know. I'm just like, obviously it's all monetized, so I'm like, who owns it? Even though you're getting paid for it.
OnlyFans is pimping out.
Yeah, for sure. But everyone's pimping out everybody at this point.
Right, but even if they don't own the content, they're still making money off of it.
Right.
So they're making money off of naked women.
Yeah. So my question is like from like a podcaster standpoint, I'm like, who owns this content? Like I know like OnlyFans is probably like taking like some like a part of the subscription money and then like the women get the rest, obviously, but I'm like the actual content who owns it.
Right.
Like the actual pictures or videos or whatever.
I bet you it's in like the
fine print.
terms and conditions when you
For
sign
sure.
up. If it's in the terms and conditions when they sign up, then like they own the content. Right. I need like the Hangover like strap thing, and I'll just have I'll put some sunglasses on her. She hate that.
All right, my friends, we got a special guest with us. Why don't you introduce yourself, my friend?
Little homie, Alea.
Yep. With the pause. Crazy.
Yeah.
We got Daddy Don over here on Dad Time.
Yeah.
What were we talking about? OnlyFans, or who owns the content on OnlyFans? I don't know. That's a good question to ask. But like Don was saying over here, there's like some weird phenomenon with art and women.
It's like a psychology almost, like in the art world, people were posting paintings and getting like less likes and views. But as soon as like a woman stood holding the painting, their views and likes went up like quadruple the amount, and it was like a running joke essentially where like if you wanted to get your art like noticed, you had to have like a girl holding it, right?
That's hilarious.
Because it's the sex appeal, you know. It's like
For sure.
everything's like, well, I guess in regard to the OnlyFans mostly.
Right. I don't know. I'm sure like strippers make a great money.
Yeah, lots of tip money is like,
Fuck
yeah, just like especially like strip clubs because
yeah. Right.
the unwritten rule is to tip high. You know what I mean? Otherwise, you don't like. You know.
Right. That's why I've never been to one.
Exactly.
I won't tip high at all.
I feel like that's why that industry's dying. I'm like, how many people go to strip clubs now?
Yeah. I don't know. There's some strippers, but every stripper I know has an OnlyFans.
OnlyFans is the online stripping.
Yeah, for sure.
It's like mobile webcam stuff, I guess.
Right. And some I don't know. That's a
And
good
a
question.
lot of people do porn, which is weird. Like
I don't know. I
a
feel
good percentage of people on this earth are on.
I feel like there's a difference between like a porn star and like a cam girl or like a OnlyFans.
That's for sure.
model.
Yeah, but I'm also saying that like the amount of people that are videotaped
Yeah, for sure.
for money, anyways.
I mean, you gotta get at how you live at this point. Sex sells, as they say.
That is
What is
facts.
that? What is that one movie? Eyes Wide Shut. It's just all about rich people having weird sex parties.
I don't think I've ever seen this film.
Stanley Kubrick.
Hmm.
It was his last film. Tom Cruise and Nicole Kidman.
Oh,
Yeah,
I don't think I saw
it's
it.
some crazy shit, low key. It's some like rich white people shit, though.
yeah. Is it?
Yeah.
Isn't everything?
No, not really.
I mean,
I think
I'm just thinking, like, every
Menace to
time you watch-
Society.
every time you. Oh, nice. I love Menace to Society. They just put that back on Netflix.
yeah.
If you haven't seen it, you should watch it.
Facts. I think I'm gonna name my kid without.
Hell yeah.
Oh God. That's hilarious. What else is new this week, Don?
So-
The Kardashians. We already talked about that.
Right.
Any crazy shit? I'm still like.
Aren't there hurricanes going on simultaneously while the
Yeah.
fires are happening?
Oh yeah, I did hear about hurricanes in hurricane
Texas, I think.
like down south.
Yeah.
For sure. I don't know. It's like a crazy world at the moment. Like there's so much stuff going on.
Right.
Like they got fires, and then they got the hurricanes, and then you got the election, and then you got protests still. I feel like every week a black guy is getting killed. Like last week, there was a dude in Syracuse, New York. They put a bag over his head and he suffocated and died.
Just to put. Really?
Yeah. So
Why'd they put a bag over his head?
they put a bag
He was
over.
a protester?
No. So they put a bag over his head because I guess the police got called, and he ended up being naked. I think he was having like some type of like mental breakdown type shit, and he ended up being like naked or whatever. And in order to have him like not spit on the police, they put a bag over his head. But then he ends up dying, like suffocating.
Right.
Like so.
Just to play like.
And then there's riots in Syracuse, as there should be, like type shit.
Right.
My question is, bro, I know we've talked about this multiple times, so like, what is it about certain cases that makes like a national, like everybody in every single city riot versus like
Right.
it just in that city there's a problem?
That's why I was gonna play devil's advocate and say like, statistically, more white people die a day than there are African American deaths.
Yeah, that's because African Americans are only 13% of the population.
Right. So like, that ties into what you just said, like about like what makes like that so impactful. You know what I mean? Like what like it really like intensifies the situation. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like
Right. Like I was watching the news at work, and like when they were telling me about it, and I was like, bro, I don't even want to watch the video. Like I gotta dip out before they show the video. Because I'm like, I hate watching those videos. I still haven't watched George Floyd.
right.
That shit just gives me the heebie-jeebies for real.
Right. What if hypothetically like I'm trying to think of like in opposition, like I'm trying to like be as flagrant as possible, like
Right. Just
so like
how-
if we're looking at the situation,
trying to poke
right?
some holes in it.
Yeah, like
Yeah, for sure.
and like let's say you watch the video and like
Right.
somehow you came out of it and you were like, well, this man's a criminal. You know what I mean? Like how did it get to this point? Like what did he do?
Right.
What did he do prior to this.
I really think like I don't want to be for sure about the story, but I'm pretty sure he's like was having like some type of like. I think he was like having like a psychotic episode.
I think the autopsy also said that he was on. He had either amphetamines in his system or
he some PCP type shit.
yeah. So I guess he was high. I don't know what he was high on. I can't speak.
Right.
I don't want to say that, but like, and I'm also like trying to be like objective as possible because like I don't like the video, but
Right.
I know some people have watched it and been like, well, I know they were trying to like get him for fraud or whatever.
Oh, you're talking about George Floyd.
Yeah.
Right.
They were trying to get him for fraud or whatever.
Right.
But they had said like, well, what's his history? What did he do?
I heard
the autopsy definitely said he had something in his system, which makes
for real?
yeah.
I didn't hear about that.
Yeah.
Dang. So I heard that George Floyd and the cop had like some prior history.
Right. Yeah.
They,
exactly. And he had like supposedly been done with it. You know what I mean? He was like, enough is enough type shit. But
I don't know.
I don't
but
wanna,
imagine
like,
you had a problem with the cop before, and then like that's
But,
almost
like- but, like,
weird ass coincidence.
how there's no such thing as coincidence, my friend.
like where was this again? In Wisconsin? No. That was the dude that got shot in the back. Where was George Floyd? Milwaukee?
Isn't that in Wisconsin?
Yeah, it is.
I'm not sure, man.
That's crazy, but it gotta be like such a small place that you run into the same cop twice. I've never ran into the same cop twice.
Right, unless you're a criminal.
Right.
I've never ran into the police because we don't really do criminal activity to the point like where
Right.
he may have had a history of like
Right.
you know what I mean?
I see what you're saying. That's crazy. That might be like a low key some conspiracy shit.
Conspiracy, like I don't know. I think it's just like the other half of the story
Right.
that people don't really want to look at, if that makes sense, because people want to have anarchy and people want. So there are some people out there who have been waiting to burn down an Arby's.
For sure.
And so they're like.
Yeah, bro. You know how like after 9/11 we passed the Patriot Act, right? That like basically gave the government permission to spy on us.
Yeah, essentially. Like
Like
I know about the Snowden stuff.
right,
And,
like they can listen to all our conversations, whatever, whatnot.
Yeah.
So they had that like written up for a long time, and they were for like decades.
Right.
And they were just waiting for some shit to pop off to pass it.
Well, it just like it makes sense. I think to me it makes sense because communication wise, like they've already like had this security system set in place. Like they
Right.
have cameras everywhere. They've already been listening. So like they're just thinking of like what's next. They're the government, so they're playing by the book, and playing by the book is like always like how do we optimize? You know what I mean? How do we get ahead of the game? And so they probably read up like how do we like survey the people? You know what I mean? Like they had to like
That's why
maybe
people
not
think-
in our own homes. We didn't expect in our own homes because all of a sudden like we started bringing cameras into our own homes, but they had no right to be looking through them. You know what I mean? Without us knowing, especially.
Right.
That's what the sick thing was. Like that was like why it's like what the fuck. You know what I mean? That's why it was under wraps. That's why they were hush hush about it. That's why Snowden had to leave the country to tell us about it.
Right.
Thank God.
Right. It's fucking crazy, bro. Just technology in general, like how, like they'll like use that shit against you. Like George Orwell was on some shit when he was.
Right, and it's almost like he had seen it coming.
Right.
Right.
Like
It was just
like you can't go like in anywhere downtown in America, like in any like major city, and like have there not be cameras. You feel what I'm saying?
right.
Yeah, bro. It's like kind of like a two-edged sword, like, cause like you were saying with the protesters in Hong Kong, or like how they could recognize their face. I don't know if it was in Oregon or if it was in Portland or Seattle, but one of those where the protests were crazy. And I think it was in Portland that they made like a 6-block section that was like their own like city basically. It was like Antifa, I think, that made like this 6-block section where it was like they literally had no police. It was literally just all anarchy, just within that 6 blocks.
Really?
Right. Yeah.
In Portland.
Yeah, I think it's either Portland or Seattle. I'm leaning towards Seattle.
Right.
But you know, one of those cities that's like super duper progressive. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they have that show Portlandia.
Salt Lake City.
Right. No, they're like way more like conservative.
Yeah.
Because they're religious and shit. But yeah. But they had like the government go in and like the federal government go in like in mass cars, like unidentified cars type shit. Troop like and like military dudes stepped out and just started just grabbing people and throwing them in the back of the car.
That's what I thought you were gonna say when that guy died from the bag on his head. I thought like they had tried to pick some dude up, throw him in a van, and they had fucked up and killed him.
Right.
I was like,
but you see videos of that. But I'm like, how these people like came out and like said like where they went or
yeah,
I've
I've
seen
seen
like,
videos of them trying to stop. Like I've seen them like pushing these undercover cops like over and like
right.
like,
I saw a
saving them
video
and
of
shit.
like the mayor of this city saying like we didn't call them like they need to leave type shit.
For real, like that's how you should respond. Like that's some FBI CIA shit. Like they were LSD dosing like their own employees.
Yeah, fucking MK Ultra type shit.
Right.
Yeah, all that shit is crazy, and they were just like looking for like ways to like mind control people.
Right, and they still are in a way.
Yeah,
always.
so that they could basically like they could give someone a mission and be like, all right, you gotta go kill like this dude, like boom. I'm telling you, you gotta go kill the president.
Yeah.
But like I gotta engineer it to where if you get captured on your way to kill the president, you can't kill the dude. You can't tell the dudes that you're on your way to kill the president.
Right.
Like under any circumstances.
Right. They have to like either kill themselves
or they gotta like mind wash, manipulate you into like forgetting or like something. You know,
yeah,
that's
or thinking you did it or
right.
Like,
that's basically
confessing to it.
Right. And that's what they were trying to do, bro.
Right.
Like
they were trying to get people to confess to shit, and then like you were so hopped up on drugs, you would be like, yeah, I did it.
But they thought psychedelics was the key to like making people do basically
tell the truth or
basically do what they want. And like there's this conspiracy that Charles Manson was part of MK Ultra,
and that's why he was all like
and so basically like his story is that like ever since he was like 12 he was in and out of jail like on some like federal shit, like so he was like stealing cars and like all that type of shit. Like he was like in and out of jail till he was like 30, like from like 12 to 30 he was just in and out, right? But like for some reason like he gets this certain parole officer, like I forget his name off the top. He gets this certain parole officer, and then after that like he keeps violating parole, but they never send him back, right? And like this is like 1967, and he like ends up doing like all his killings or whatever in 1969. But like in that like the time frame, he like keeps violating parole, and they know about it. Like they take him in a couple times, and like they like end up just letting him go, like stopping the wrist type shit, and they never take him back. So it's like, so they think like they were like in on it, like telling like it was like a bigger picture, like because he would like dose these people with LSD, like his cult or whatever, and then like
where did
talk
he get
them
that idea?
and then talk them into doing murders,
where did he get the like mind control method?
So it's
or
like
maybe where did they get it if not from him?
Exactly. So it's like literally the same, like it's almost like an experiment. It's almost like an experiment because it's the same shit MK Ultra was trying to do.
Right.
But they were just trying to do it to where if the like person got captured, that they wouldn't like spill the beans basically. So how do you like? It's like double think. You're like, how do you know? Like, how do you like send someone on a mission, but like have them forget that they're on a mission? You know?
Yeah, like a sleeper agent type deal, where a keyword will wake them up all of a sudden. And
right, or like some Inception type shit, where like
Jason
you have to
Bourne.
plant the idea in their head and like make them think that it's like their own.
Right, exactly. It's like some 4D chess type deal.
Right.
Where you're playing moves so far ahead, it's like, you know.
Right. So I don't know. Like I just went in a weird ass rabbit hole on MK Ultra.
Yeah, but like that's so true because like that's our government. That's the American.
Bro, it came out. It came like this isn't like some maybe type shit. Like,
right.
Literal government files
right,
said MK
exactly.
Ultra was the actual thing.
Right, and so like that's
like this is not a conspiracy. That's all fact.
Right. That's our like. The CIA is American government.
Right.
Like how it is like fuck the government. But my buddy Brennan, he's the guy I go to about like anything government because he knows like
Brennan?
Yeah,
my guy.
He knows the most about the government because he hates the government.
Right.
He hates it so much that he wants to learn everything about it.
And it should be.
Yeah. And Elhofer taught me about lobbyists. I didn't know about lobbyists before he showed us this video. And that
Weird boy.
Yeah.
I wonder how that guy is.
He made me pretty woke about the government too, to give him some credit. Like
Yeah, but in a different way.
yeah, just kind of like knowing the rules kind of
Right.
way. You know what I mean? It's like this is how you
It's
play.
like you
around the
know so
rules.
much about it that you can finesse it.
Right. But in the good kind of way, instead of like he's just like finesse. It's like the little things used to teach us.
For sure. It's kind of like you have to like really know about something in order to like overcome it or like finesse it. You know what I'm saying?
Essentially, you have to have a huge brain like us. And the rest of the mad friends who subscribe also have big brains. And
All 42 of y'all.
yeah,
I love you.
yeah. Guess what? You guys got big brains like the rest of us.
Big facts. Big facts. But yeah, man. Government's crazy. Yeah, I think it's just way too big. You know? Like, we have, like, too big of a government.
Yeah, well, I think
And then we have our state government. You know, I feel like it's just too much governing.
you know. There's this quote in Men in Black 2 in Tommy, what's his name, or I can't think of the white dude's name in Men in Black 2. But so in the second one, he says that people are smart, but the person's dumb. That person's stupid.
Like, people individually are smart, but, like, people in mass or
People in mass are smart because they like.
No, I think it's the other way around. People in mass are dumb as fuck.
I feel like
But
it's the individual.
People are smart.
I feel like
If I talk to someone individually, like, I'm sure, like, they're, like, you know, morals and, like, their values, whatever, like, they're probably gonna be, like, up to par, like, you know what I'm saying? Unless they're, like, an overall shitbag, which I don't think, like, you know, if I just picked a random person, they're not gonna be, like, a scumbag, you know?
right, unless
But
it's like
if I
most people are scumbags. Though, is what I'm trying to say.
Are they? I feel like most people are, like, pretty dope. I don't know.
It's just like
It depends on how you see people. But I
Right.
feel like if you took like an overall, like the sample size of like all 7 billion of us,
right.
we're all shitbags, you know? Like
Fair
us
enough.
as humans are like the parasite of
The
Earth.
universe, right?
Yeah, for sure. But like individually, like I think I'm a cool guy.
Right.
I think you're a cool guy.
I think you. Yeah,
I think there's
that's what I'm saying. Is like, I
You
think
know?
I think the individual is smart, right? So like, you're smart, I'm smart, but then is that what you're saying?
Yeah, like individually, like people are dope, but like as a collective, and like people in general are like scumbags.
Right.
But individually, a lot of people are dope. If you get what I'm saying.
I'm trying to find this quote real quick.
Oh, I feel it.
I just wanna, cause it's like really
It's like we were trying to find that Malcolm X quote the other week.
right. We did do that.
Found it.
Okay, here it is. A person is smart. People are dumb. So I guess I had it backwards, right?
Right.
A person is smart. People are dumb. Panicky, dangerous animals, and you know it. 1,500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was the center of the universe. 500 years ago, everybody knew the Earth was flat. And 15 minutes ago, you knew that humans were alone on this planet. Imagine what you'll know tomorrow.
Right. That. I mean, he has a point. Like, I'm sure if you fast forward 100 years, they're gonna be like, "What the fuck were they thinking?"
Right.
You know?
Yeah. I guess you could look at that pretty much for like any time.
Right. Like I'm sure the aliens are looking at us right now. Like, what the fuck are these guys doing, talking, when they could use their brains to communicate?
Right. Or like, they're like right on top of our universe. You know what I mean? Like, we're just like ants, and they just look down on us like.
Right.
Like.
Right. That's crazy.
How come these like ants don't like talk like us? You know what I mean? Like, why don't they just speak? But like.
Yeah.
They can't.
You think ants talk or make a noise?
They have antennas. That's how they talk
have
to
the
each
antennas.
other. Yeah.
Bro, we need antennas, bro. Or
I
something.
think that's what Elon Musk is working on.
I think so too.
Because that's what you know my like theory about communication. Like Elon Musk could solve that.
Right.
With the interlink.
Yeah, I think we have. We have the same.
You would never have to talk again. I imagine.
Yeah, we have the same theory because some things can't be explained as words.
Right.
You know, you ever try to like explain a feeling?
Once we have the interlinks, you'll be able to portray like feeling like instantly. You know what I mean? But exactly.
Right. That's crazy.
And there will be no confusion. Like you won't even have to ask me because you'll know.
Right. Like I don't know if it's like I just don't have the vocabulary or what it is, but like, you know, saying stuff is hard. Imagine you could just telepathy like
a feeling essentially.
Right. Or like imagine you're trying to explain to someone your DMT trip.
Right, but
you can't explain that
but
shit.
You just give them the information that you received.
Right. But imagine if you could just be like, bro, it felt just like this, and then boom. You could be like, whoa.
Click this attached file, and you just
right.
Click it. It's like
right.
You start nutting.
That'd be crazy.
Like, bro.
That'd be crazy as fuck.
Prank me again with the nut file.
Elon Musk is. He's that guy.
But I don't feel like he's like any smarter than I am.
Oh, for sure. I feel that. I feel like he just thinks a little bit different.
Right.
Yeah, I don't think he's smarter. It's just different.
Right. It's just like hard. It's hard to be like, cause like I'm pretty like. That's what I mean is like. When I say like, when I'm skeptical about like people are smart is because like the amount of people I meet, like that treat me like shit like at both of my jobs. You know what I mean? While I'm delivering pizzas and while I'm making coffees, like the amount of people that come in and like talk down to me because they don't like respect my profession, like
I feel that.
They do it both when I deliver pizzas and when I'm making coffees, and it just makes me think like I'm up here and they're like way down here. You know what I mean? And I can tell, I can see it.
For sure. I agree. That's definitely more of a reflection on them than it is on you.
Exactly. Just because I'm like, how you treat other people, let alone people who are like me and are like working all the time or whatever. Like, just like if you're at a restaurant, you should be treating your like waitress or waiter nice. Like,
bro, I'm lit as fuck when I get a cool waiter. I'm like, this guy's cool.
Right. And I always try to be fun and exciting, and sometimes like
for sure,
people just like suck the life out of me because they're like,
I feel that. I don't know. I feel like a lot of things, like, people take things way too serious. All right, what else we got to get into today, Don? What's the word?
Bird is the word.
What's it like being a dad? Enlighten me.
First of all, people are going to tell you all the time that it's just going to get worse and it's going to get worse, but like, it never gets worse, and they're probably just shitty parents if they tell you that.
I was a parent for about a month, and it was like...
Because you weren't really a parent, that's why.
No, I was.
Right. But like...
my nephew stayed with me for a whole month.
Right.
like I had to find babysitters and shit.
Right.
Like the whole night.
Yeah, it's stressful.
So I'm like, but I couldn't imagine like being a parent to like a baby, where you like
Right.
really gotta like look after it. Like I could like turn some cartoons on and be like, alright, just sit
Yeah.
down and chill out for a little bit.
Yeah. She needs to be like held and stimulated like constantly.
Right.
And they like show you a video of like shaking babies, like, and how people have like. No, they just like it's like an informative video about like how
That it
babies.
was like, don't shake your baby.
Because people do, and they show you a video, and it's because like postpartum depression. A lot of like women get depressed after having a baby.
Is that like a thing? Why is that a thing? I feel like that'd be
Chemistry,
like the most
it's
happy.
body chemistry. It's like body dysmorphia on top of like.
Man, I'm so glad I'm not a woman.
That's
like,
fair.
Even after you know saying that they have an advantage to make $1 million on OnlyFans, I would not want to be a woman.
That's fair. Also, I wouldn't want to be a woman, but I know most women don't want to be guys.
Right.
So it's like, I
It
guess
just sounds scary to be a woman.
But right,
Like
and
you're like you got that. Like imagine like carrying a kid. Like that's probably hard as fuck.
right.
And then pushing the kid out. That's painful. And then afterwards you're depressed. I'm like, what the fuck?
Right. And you're depressed before that because chemistry. Like the whole time you're pregnant, sometimes you're super happy, sometimes you're really sad.
Right.
Sometimes you're crying, sometimes you're happy.
Man, shout out to the ladies out there.
Hey, shout out to y'all.
And then y'all got to deal with rapers.
Exactly. That's what I was gonna say. I was thinking this the other night when I took those photo shoots with Kenneth.
Right.
We were just walking around, and I was like, girls cannot just walk around
Right.
like me and him are walking around right now because like I'll probably fuck a motherfucker up. You know what I mean?
Exactly.
I'm pretty tall and I'm kind of skinny, but like I feel like I'm pretty fast, so I'm kind of a flight kind of guy because I'm so fast.
Yeah, you'd be like,
You know what I mean? Yeah. My buddy Tony and I have had this discussion of like, what's better, strength or speed? And I kind of lean towards more speed, and he's like, no, bro, you need strength 100% more of the time. And I'm just kind of thinking about it, and it's like I feel like I'm more evasive. You know what I mean?
Right.
I'm a little bit more like, I don't
it's
know.
like, would you rather be Mike
Super
Tyson
strong
or
or-
Floyd Mayweather?
Run around the ring.
Right, because Floyd would
I don't know.
dodge
Have you
everything.
seen that video of Canelo?
No.
Okay, so there's this trending video of Canelo where he's just dodging these punches. Like, I have never seen somebody dodge punches before. It was fucking insane. Like, it literally, the caption was practice makes perfect, and he's, like, pushing this bag, and he's, like, moving under it so flawlessly. Like, it comes back underneath him, and then in front of him, and then he goes, like, back and forward, like, around this bag, right? And then he's in the middle of the fight, and he's essentially doing the same fucking thing. But this dude is, like, trying to fucking punch him, and he's just, like just stone faced the whole time, and he's just like walking around.
Right.
It's just like didn't even throw a punch the entire time, but he's just like I gotta show you this video.
Right. That's dope. Yeah. But it's like, would you rather like be real fast or like just be able to type shit?
Right.
Type shit. You know. That's
But I mean, Mike Tyson's super fast and strong though. Like
Right,
his
right.
punches were so fast that like
right. I saw that video of him like training or sparring with a dude, and the dude had the dummy in front of him, and like it looked like he was
he's
scared.
Yeah, I
He
was
was
like,
like, "Oh!"
would you not be? Here it is
I'd
right
be
here.
scared
I
as
knew it.
fuck.
Just because I remembered the caption. Sorry, I can't show y'all this right now.
Oh, right.
But so bad. I mean, this right here. I fucked it up.
You're releasing lots of jabs, nothing landed. However, Canelo is moving.
See, that's dope as hell. That's why boxing is really like chess, bro.
Doesn't land one punch on him. That was like
Yeah.
cold. Yeah, I was just in there. I must have watched that like
And
6
imagine-
times already.
Bro, imagine how, like he's really in the moment.
Like
He's not thinking about anything
Bruh,
else. He's just
that man is an animal. I follow him on Instagram, and I have for like probably over a year now, maybe a
Right.
year, just to like, cause Joe Rogan talked about him a while ago.
Yeah,
I think
yeah.
just like on a slip, or somebody famous like just slipped him out, and I gave him a follow just because I was like, fuck, like. But after I seen that video, like solidified in my mind, like that man is like Mike Tyson's a beast in the way that he's ferocious and will bite somebody's ear off.
Yeah.
He's just
Bro,
that man is stone cold faced like.
Did you see on Joe Rogan where he was talking about how like fighting like really like turns him on literally?
I think I don't remember that off top, but now that you said that, it not only not surprises me, but I'm pretty sure I've heard that before.
Bro, Mike Tyson's so funny. Just him talking. I don't know if it's the lisp or just like how open he is.
Right, especially now that he's older, he's a lot more like like.
Right, bro.
He's not as like.
He was
crazy.
talking about how his wife doesn't like him to take shrooms or anything like that.
Right.
And he was like,
Was this the?
the latest one?
Okay.
And sometimes he was like, yeah, I just took some and it got so crazy. I just had to tell my wife. I had to be like, I'm sorry, baby, but I'm seeing some shit. And I was like, bro, I'm dying right now. And then he talked about like literally how he would be like erect right before a fight. Like he was like, I just couldn't wait to get in that ring.
I can't even imagine that.
Like imagine the ring is just
That's like some Pavlov like bell type shit.
Right.
Every time he hears the ding ding ding,
right. The wing is just swap. Just wait.
Hey, yeah, there you go.
He's just like
Right. He's like trained. He's trained.
That's crazy.
He wants it.
For real.
I'd be scared.
Right.
I'd be like, how much money to get punched by Mike Tyson would you take?
Well, that's gotta have to cover my brain damage.
I was just gonna
Surgery
say,
or whatever.
depends on where he touches you. Probably your jaw.
Right.
You gotta get reconstructive
that would
surgery.
hurt. That would hurt, bro.
Yeah. You probably have to get your mouth wired
If
shut.
I knew it was gonna
I'd
happen,
have 2 bands in my hand and my mouth wired
if
shut.
I knew it was gonna happen, I would take a Xan.
You just black out.
Just Xan out one time. Just be like, hit me, bitch.
I don't know, man. Alright, I guess you wouldn't be
I
scared.
would wake up and then be a millionaire.
What drug do you gotta take that wouldn't make you scared?
That wouldn't make me scared. Some meth or something.
There
You'd
you
be
go.
like, fuck it.
PCP.
PCP. Yo, PCP. Be like Smokey. In the chicken coop, like,
Angel left.
Smokey! That shit's funny as hell. That's crazy though. Anything else you want to cover this week, now?
We love you, my friend.
Yes, sir. We much
I just want to
appreciate.
cover that.
Yeah, for sure. We appreciate everybody. Make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe. Tell us what you want to see next on the Mac and Don Show. We will catch y'all next week. Follow us on Instagram, and make sure you be on the lookout for clips.
Yes. And we're gonna try to get the audio on Spotify. Be on the lookout for that.
Yeah, for sure. And all other streaming platforms. We got some big things in stores, so just keep tapped in with us. Make sure you subscribe. That's the most important thing. And stay cool, mad friends.